If you asked who had the biggest impact on shaping the Centauri cluster, everyone, humans and celestials alike, would answer that it was the Elohim. This celestial species was the most advanced so far, and even though they have been gone for millennia, no other species even came close to their level of power and technological progress. The Elohim emerged from the horrors of the Formation Wars and were an unrivaled power for 5,000 years. They formed the laws of Elohim, a set of rules and treaties for celestials and humans alike. These laws were set to make sure the brutality of the Formation Wars never return. However, their biggest achievements that completely changed life in Centauri are their technological marvels, the Archimedes Engines and the Gates of Heaven. The Archimedes engine is a massive construct. Once attached to a planet, the engine can move it to a habitable zone, control the atmosphere, and transform a dead planet into a paradise ready to be settled. Each engine has a fleet of automated anchor ships. These ships fly from the engine and attach to another celestial body, usually a large planet, creating a link between the engine's planet and the anchor planet. Then, at a proper time, the momentum transfer between the two bodies can begin. The momentum transfer can be performed in numerous ways. Either the Archimedes engine gathers momentum from its planet to increase the momentum of the anchor object, or it gathers momentum from the anchor object to increase momentum of the engine planet. The momentum transfer can be used to change either the velocity or the rotation of both bodies. This is why large planets are preferable as the anchor objects, because the heavier the object, the smaller the overall effect on it becomes. Using the Archimedes engines, the Elohim created thousands new worlds. Population in the cluster boomed, empires expanded, and new arcships from Earth were easily able to find empty worlds for settlement. The other marvel, the Gates of Heaven, completely transformed how traveling works. The Elohim built a vast network of gates across star systems. Not only can ships navigate the cluster through established routes, the gates also allow for massive acceleration and deceleration. And although the travel speed is still limited by the speed of light, rapid acceleration and deceleration significantly reduces the time needed for each journey. This brought all civilizations much closer together. Interstellar travel wasn't a blind gamble anymore. Exploration and trade flourished, and the gates quickly became a vital part of every civilization's life. Because of this, any attempts to damage the gates are strictly forbidden, a rule that is gladly obeyed and enforced by every civilization. By the laws of Elohim, everyone is permitted to use the gates. However, not every ship is able to do so. When entering a gate, objects are subjected to massive acceleration that would normally disintegrate the ship along with everything and everyone inside. This is why ships need to be equipped with a ZPZ Generator, a device that creates a stasis field around the ship and locks every molecule in an inert state to protect it from the massive forces. The acceleration lasts for several seconds until the ship almost reaches the speed of light. Then the ZPZ Generator is disengaged and the crew can normally move and live on the ship for the remainder of the journey, which, depending on the distance, can still take several days, at least from the crew's perspective. Once the ship reaches its destination, another gate takes care of slowing the ship down to usual cruising speeds. The knowledge of how to construct a new ZPZ generator has long been lost, and today, the only way to get one of these generators is to salvage it from another ship. For that reason, it is a very valuable resource and many individuals are willing to use extreme measures to secure one. You may be wondering why I said several days from the crew's perspective. When you travel between the gates near the speed of light, time slows down. Due to time dilation, only a few days may pass for you, but several years will pass in the universe around you. When you come back after what feels like mere weeks, your world and everyone on it may be decades older than when you left. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. Both the Archimedes Engines and the Gates of Heaven are susceptible to a technological virus called rot. Slowly, travel routes are being lost due to failing gates, and a failing engine usually has cataclysmic effects on the planet and its population. And since the Elohim are gone, nobody knows how to prevent further failures, though some hopeful souls are always trying to find a way. And what happened to this enigmatic species? Well, nobody knows. Apart from the gates and the engines, they didn't leave a lot behind. We are not even sure what they looked like. They vanished shortly after creating the Gates of Heaven, but for what reason? We can only speculate. Some believe they suffered the same fate as many empires before them and went extinct. Some believe they left to explore the farthest corners of Centauri. But who knows? Maybe they simply want to live undisturbed and found a way to hide themselves from the rest of us. We will probably never know, but one thing is certain. Even though they are long gone, their legacy is going to live for millennia, and there might never be another species to reach their heights.